Hey everybody, it's Michael from Replica Airguns, and I finally got my two Sig Sauer CO2 Blowback pellet pistols. Made a special trip today across the border to pick them up. Sig sent them to me there. They're not really keen on sending them into Canada. As far as I know, there's nobody importing these in right now and reselling them in Canada, so I had to pretty much get them direct from Sig. So I want to thank them for sending them to me. Now this is pretty much going to be just an unboxing, quick preview. I spent a lot of time in lines today in customs. That's an entire other video about my customs experience today. In a nutshell, most often the customs agents don't know really anything about airguns, let alone guns in general and their own import and gun regulations and all that kind of stuff. Again, that's a whole other story, but I spent a lot of time in customs dealing with that. But as you can see, I prevailed and I have these guns here to show you. So without further ado, let's open up these boxes. I want to get these boxes out of the way and stuff. They're really quite big. I don't know if this is the official packaging. I doubt it. They're nice boxes, but they're kind of a generic box. Now, I don't know what we're going to see inside. I kind of cracked it open real quick. The customs agents have been in and out of this stuff, so things may be a little messed up or, not as they should exactly be. But here we have, this looks like the P2, I don't know which gun we have here. Let's take a quick look. So that's the P250. We've got the magazine here. We'll get into it in a bit. Just want to quickly show you some of the literature, right? Okay, so they got instructions and stuff. We're not going to spend a lot of time with this again. This is just a preview, okay? So I want to get that out of the way, get this foam out of the way, get the gun out of the box. Okay, we'll put the mag in for now. I don't know if that's right. There we go. Okay, let's get this box out of the way. Let's open up the other box. Okay, so we have our P226. Again, same literature, looks like, same box, pretty much the same packaging. This is definitely a heavier gun, I'm going to tell you that for sure. Okay, let's get this box out of the way. Nobody wants to spend time playing around in boxes. Alright, I'm going to quickly zoom in a little bit because we're pretty zoomed out at this point. Alright, so here we are. Again, if you're not familiar with these guns, these are made kind of in-house or at least through Sig, to Sig specifications. They have a lot of control over the making of these guns. They might not make it in their actual Sig factory. Most air guns are going to be made in factories that make air guns. It's just kind of the way it is. But Sig has had a lot of control in what they exactly want out of these guns, how they're made, all of that kind of stuff. So here's our P226. This gun is definitely the heavier of the two. Quite nice. This is the, I believe it's the Desert Tan. Not sure, but I believe that's the finish. Of course, we have our magazine release, and this is the pellet rotary magazines. These are blowback pellet guns, and they have these 8 rounds on each side, so 16 round magazines that hold the pellets, right? So lead pellets in general, or alloy pellets, depending on what you're using. Okay, really nice gun. We have, I'm still trying to figure this out. This is our safety. Okay, a lot of times that might be a decocker. It is a decocker, so that's cool. We've got our decocker there, right? We have our, well, it would be a slide catch release, but there's no slide catch release that actually works. So I'm finding this out as we go. I've never really, other than the SHOT Show, I haven't really had the opportunity to play around with these guns too much. Right, looks like we might even have a little scratch from the box, or maybe that's just some stuff from the foam on there. But I wanted to just show you all around these guys, right? You and me are experiencing this gun in real time. Not even sure how to open this. Okay, so you pull this down, it pops open. Oh, very cool. Okay, so that's how the CO2 is basically compressed into the gun. So once it just basically goes in, and you just pressure that forward. Again, you've got your magazine, right? Looks like it's double and single action, or looks like it's kind of a double action trigger. Interesting. So it is double action only. At least this one is. I'm not sure if this does anything. I'll have to figure that out as we go. That would be the takedown lever, and we have our Picatinny rail here again. More Sig licensing, branding. We got our white dot sights, right? The ejection port is not open. It's not cut out. And you have this, I guess this would be for a suppressor, or a mock suppressor. It does unscrew. So I can check that out a bit more when I do the full review. We will be doing shooting reviews and tabletop reviews for both of these guns. All right, definitely this gun's lighter. It's got a metal frame, or sorry, metal slide, plastic frame, whereas this gun seems to be, the 226 is all metal. P250 is lighter because it has a plastic frame. So if you're looking for a lighter gun, this would be the option for you. Okay, so blowback operation, again, double action only. So the slide does move back and forth, but the trigger is double action. And probably a lot of the reason for that is that the trigger also indexes the magazine. So the rotary magazine needs to be indexed somehow, and that's done through the trigger. Even the guns that have single action hammers, like for instance the PX4 Storm, the hammer stays back, the trigger still indexes the magazine. That's pretty normal. Okay, let's take a look here at this side. Okay, got your Picatinny rail. Right, the barrel is not recessed too much. White dot sights. Again, the ejection port is not cut out. Okay. Sig Sauer branding. And this one opens up. How does it open up? Oh, there we go. Okay. So this one's a little different. This one has the screw-in type thing, just a standard screw-in, but it's all metal. That's kind of nice. This is all metal. A lot of times they have a plastic tab, so the tab on this one is metal. So different systems for sure on how the CO2 is put in. Kind of like that. That's pretty cool. But I'm sure they both work just fine. So that'll be fun. Again, these magazines, very similar to the PX4 Storm magazines. And some of the Gammo guns have similar style magazines, the pellet guns. Now in terms of specifications, I'll be putting that on my website because I'm not really sure. This is more of an unboxing video, so I don't really even have a lot of specs for you other than what you're going to find on SIG's website. But make sure to come on down to replicairguns.com. I'll have a link in the description of this video to an article where I'll have some of the specs for you. Just some brief information, not too much, because again, this is just a preview unboxing video. I'll also have some additional photos there for you to check out. Alright, thanks for watching another Replica Airguns video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Username is Replica Airguns. Also come on down to replicairguns.com where I have articles, posts, reviews, and of course our Canada and US online Replica Airgun stores where we sell air guns, BB guns, pellet guns, airsoft guns, blank guns, knives, and other accessories. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.